Hello everyone, and welcome back to Greater Persia. It's been quite a bit since I touched this game, about a week. So let's take a minute, or maybe even two, to assess where we are. So we have our armies, that's our training army. Still all fairly fresh recruits, except for those 5 brigades up there. Then we have our police army, which I think we'll have to... Excuse me, overwhelmed by a sneeze there. Which we'll have to expand fairly shortly, I'd assume. Because we did take some victory points at least over here in Turkey. But that's alright. Other than that, we have Army 2 under Ismail. That's the purple guys. We probably want them over at Istanbul. Yeah, let's try and have them gather over at the Strait. That's our, well, not really rebel patrol, but let's call it the British patrol. Defense against naval invasions. And here we have, well, basically just the other instance of that. I think we could also afford, yeah, maybe getting them a general in there. And he's just immediately teleported into the fray. He's just like, oh well. Someone called me, I shall oblige. And that's the last army fighting in the Near East. Yeah, I think we'll want to completely drive any allied presence from these areas, return them to Vichy, France, and then build from there. Other than that, in the grand scheme of things, we're nearing the end of 1941. What are the Germans doing exactly? They're up to Plan Z. So they could at any moment really go for a war with the USSR, and we do have historical AI focuses enabled. So it's not really that that's something we would be surprised by. And of course that also means, because we're part of the Axis, that we will be at war with the Soviets as well. Now, is that a problem per se? Let's look. It's the factions. So all of you guys are part of Comintern. So we'll just essentially have one large front line up in the north. We have plenty of mountains actually here to defend. Also some desert, but we can do without that. Pretty much. There's some provinces... Oh, let's have a look. Let's actually have a look where we could set up here. So there's mountains, mountains, mountains. That one's a desert. So we can't go from here to here without having at least one flatlands province. But that's alright, and then we can go behind the river here. And even go back in front there. Take all these mountains. Mountains, mountains, mountains. That's a very nice and juicy front line. Right, what about over here? The wars down there, I think, will be fought well by the CMEs. Yeah, I think it's gonna be just a bit of cleanup and expanding our forces to be prepared for the Russian war, really. And then we'll want to bring our troops into position and just await that. Is basically what we're gonna do. We'll just have to keep a close eye on what Germany's doing. Right, in other news, Germany's also taken some of these provinces here in Izmir. Can we maybe get you to give us that Izmir? I think I tried that last time and it didn't work. I'll have to take care of the resistance there. Well, there isn't any. Right, but let's have a quick look. So we did say 1 victory point isn't enough. Dana's worth 1 victory point isn't enough to care about resistance, I mean to say. So Ankara's worth 10. Other than that, there's really nothing there. What I want to do is get you there, get you changed to Unicorn Police, and attached to the police army. And then you'll just... yeah, you can gather there across Istanbul. And I think well, that'll be about it. And we can start carrying on here. The Indian forces are good to go. Alright, let's do it. We're cleaning up pretty nicely here. Oh no, we don't need you. What about the fighting that's going on here? Naval invasion in Asia Minor should be dispatched without much of a hassle. Italy wants to send 3 divisions as expeditionary forces, I think. Yeah, where did they send them? Hang on, no. Expeditionary forces are those you have to control yourself. Alright, there's one. Can we just select all, maybe? There's one up there. Alright, this isn't really worth the hassle. I think we'll just leave them where they are. Those Italian troops, the Greater Persian Empire doesn't need them. Alright, we already have a plan in motion for this army, and I think we'll just have them carry it out. Although, setting this manually probably doesn't hurt us in any way. Also, you can just directly go over there. Are you crossing a river? Yes, you are, so we'll probably not want that. You can also go over there. What's with you? You can take care of Sinai. Alright, and what now? Rhodes is taken by the British. Is that a British... No, it's an Italian province originally. Oh well. Alright, so our allies did already have the grace to get back Istanbul for us. I think what we'll do is just try to make a little headway into Greece. Because that's, after all, one of the things we wanted to have. So let's set up a front line. Maybe not so much of one. No, that's the wrong... No. A front line just here. And then we'll just go in and, yeah. If some Bulgarian troops are in the way, I guess we'll just deal with them appropriately. Right down here. Let's maybe see if we can't find ourselves a little occupation. Alright, what did we just... Something to do with tanks. Oh yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let's also look at... We still have an armor effort to go after this, which we could then use for a new light tank, I suppose. So let's go ahead and research the 36 light tanks. Legionary forces, if you want. Expeditionary forces from Legionary Romania, I mean. Something like that. You can just go down there. Also, you can just go down there. What about down here? Still on the move. Over here, Denmark capitulated. That's indeed great news. And I think... Alright, where do we want to put you? I think just somewhere along the coast will do. Somewhere central to this whole Indian area. Now this is something we need to take care of. And given the fact that we aren't really experiencing any backlash in the Far East anymore, I think we'll just jump over there and use our anti-naval invasion army to deal with this, because yeah, we can't be losing Antalya. Alright, very well. Now this is one of the states that we want to own. So own it we shall. You're already on the way. Quite nicely. That unit should be squashed right away. There we go. And now you... That's this. And no, I don't want to run in there from Vichy, France, but instead from just any other province in the neighborhood. Resistance to occupation, huh? Oh. Well, alright, that can be dealt with. Another unicorn police should be everything we... Well, why are we getting the resistance here if... Oh, well, I better not ask. After all, there was a patch on Thursday, I think. 2 days ago. Which claimed to deal with a lot of the AI problems that were in the game. So hopefully we won't be seeing so much, well, dumb nonsense out of the AI. But we can never be certain. Right, so that's you. And now the Arabia police can go back to... Let's say there. No, that's not really a sensible spot to put them. Let's put them there. Up to Kuwait. Assembly line production was some industry tech. Yeah, there we go. And let's also get some more construction underway. We're really already nearing the pinnacle of industrial tech for this game, which will be a nice place to be. But we're looking at construction anyway. Not so much is damaged. We're still making good headway on the naval dockyard business, which is nice. Alright, what are you fighting? How are you fighting? Forcefully, at the very least. Forcefully. Oh well, I guess we'll just leave them to their devices. You're still in the way to suppress people. What about you? Ah, yes, of course. I think we'll just smack you as hard as we can. No, that's one of the Germans. Yeah, of course. They did just take that for Vichy, France, because they went in from their territory. I'm not quite clear why that's the rule, but well, it's the rule. Can't really play around it, except for literally playing around it. Also up here, that's a bit of a situation, but not too much of one. The Indian army is on the way. Back here in India, there isn't really anything else we need to be worrying about. I doubt the Netherlands will be sending any naval invasions, given their situation on the mainland, which is non-existent. And over here, we're just gradually making our way. Let's make a bit of haste with you. Alright, so that's basically all of Army 1 without a job. Well, that's very nicely taken care of now. Alright, so we did say that Vichy France needs to belong to us at some point, to the greater and new Persian Empire. But we really can't be bothered with that right now. Japan's still applying a good deal of pressure to China, but they haven't yet called me in. They are at war with the rest of the world, and China's even at war with Italy and Hungary and legionary Romania, but not with Germany, and not with me. Oops. I just hit my microphone thingy. Hope that that didn't translate into just sheer destruction at your end. Alright, so yeah, I think that the Africa situation will resolve itself in time. Which is to say, we want to position along the northern border. Alright, that's... yeah, this is Hassan Arfa. He has... yeah, he was our desert fox and also a mountaineer, so we'd probably want him going up into this bit. And then another question is, what exactly is it about the Soviet Union that we want to do? I mean, they have quite a lot of troops. Quite a lot of troops, really. Can we somewhere have a look at their manpower? Well, there isn't a ledger anymore. Is there? Never actually looked for it in this game. No, we'll deal with that momentarily. So, yeah, what's our situation on that end? We still are on voluntary only, which for some reason I can't click on. Ah, there we go, of course. The wrong menu. So by scraping the barrel, we could go all the way out there. And even extensive conscription wouldn't hurt us in any significant way. I don't think I want to go for total mobilization. Yes, I think our next political power expenses will go into changing our subscription policy gradually. Other than that, what are we in need of? Infantry equipment, we're basically always in need of that. Fighters. Yeah, I think I want to go up a bit on the fighter production. Which means we'll need more rubber. It's interesting, we almost are running out of our personal oil. So it was probably a good idea to hold off on doing free trade. Right, that should be all. Yep, there we go. Up to full production efficiency again. This thing, I think this front kind of will defeat itself. Yugoslavia has capitulated and thereby did some sort of split shuffly thing where some of it, yeah, some of it's now Romania. Hungary, I mean. Some of it's Germany, some of it's Italy.